Hello and welcome to Business at Citywatch. I'm your host, Michael. I thank you so much for joining us. And I remind you to like us or, mention us in any pod situation that you happen to be affiliated with. We'd appreciate it. We're going to be speaking with Adam Scheffer, who is the head of a very interesting firm. It's Phelps United, and the thing about it is that we work with digital marketing, I think almost exclusively, I think, if I'm right. Am I right about that, Adam?
Well, we help brands manage their business on Amazon. So if you're considering e-commerce digital marketing, I mean, that's what we're all about. We help brands sell their products on Amazon, and it's very complicated. There's lots of parts to it. There's a lot of digital marketing, digital advertising, but there's a whole lot to trying to understand, the complexity of the Amazon beast, which is hard to do.
Okay, let's talk about this because we mention it, and you mentioned it in your literature, the difference between traditional versus digital marketing. What are the main points regarding that?
Well, I mean, so outside of Amazon, just digital marketing is, anything that you see on the internet, on social media, to me, that's digital marketing. It could be remarketing when you go see an ad and then all of a sudden these ads seem to kind of follow you around. To me, traditional marketing is television, radio, but also print. And the way we started, the way I got into the business of marketing was doing direct marketing. And, back in the day, and you probably still get some of the stuff in your mailbox, but we used to do direct mail pieces where you'd open an envelope and would have an offer, and there'd be a whole bunch of different literature, and they're trying to get you to want to buy or subscribe the product that you're advertising. And this led to catalogs. And we had a business called Mac Warehouse, and this was a very large computer reseller, but it was a direct marketer of computer products, and we were the largest Macintosh aftermarket reseller for quite some time. And from there we got into PC products and data communication. So we were a technology marketing company selling lots of other people's products through the mail. And we would mail 5 million catalogs a month, believe it or not. And we used to get lots of letters that we're killing all the trees and doing all this bad stuff in the environment because we printed so many catalogs. And I don't know if you remember, around this time, Pottery Barn and Williams-Sonoma, and I'm maybe dating myself a little bit, but they used to mail tons of catalogs. And our claim to fame of being recognized by the universe was that on a Seinfeld episode, it was either Kramer or Jerry where they were really angry that they were getting so much junk mail, catalogs in the mail, and they threw them on the ground. They go, Pottery Barn, Williams-Sonoma, Mac Warehouse, and there we were on probably the number one television show with people complaining that we were mailing too many catalogs. But that was the business, and what happened is the internet came, e-commerce started, Yahoo was advertising digitally, and so we started to advertise a little bit online, but really those catalogs were incredibly powerful, and there was always this 800 number on the catalog, so we would get thousands and thousands of phone calls a day. But then we added our URL, and it was like macwarehouse.com, and we'd say www, because that's all you did back then, and all of a sudden our internet business took off, and now we're in the digital marketing business. We went from print and paper within 1 year to almost no catalogs and 100% email marketing, advertising online. This is even before social media became big, and then ultimately social media. And we had probably the largest e-commerce business at the time outside of Dell. They were probably one, and we were number two. So that was the beginning of me getting into digital marketing.
Okay, now we're gonna
long answer.
Okay, no, it's good. What we'll do is I want to go into the rest of that, and we'll do that right after we take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Business at Citywatch, the program that takes you through the ins and outs of business. If you'd like to start a business of your own, let us know at 310-291-2790. We are back, and we're talking with Adam Scheffner of Philco. And one of the things we talked about before the break was the transition that you went through with regard to traditional versus digital marketing. And now you're, of course, now I don't want to speak out of turn here. I think you're almost exclusively digital now. You don't do much traditional marketing anymore. Is that right?
That's right, but there's still a big complement to it. So where the mailbox, the postal mailbox, used to be overfilled and people would throw most of the junk out, there's definitely still a place, although it's costly to do print and paper advertising, but television is still quite good because you could get very defined markets if you want to go after defined markets, cable, streaming. And so now, is that traditional or is that digital? It's kind of like it's a traditional advertising, but it's now streaming, and you can get very defined markets now through streaming services. So I think it all kind of works together. But where do most people spend their money? Most likely, they're going to be spending it on Google, and they're going to be doing Google Shopping or Google Search, or they're going to do Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, social media advertising, LinkedIn for some types, but a little bit more expensive. And then if you're going to participate in Amazon's probably it'll be soon the number one advertising platform. It isn't yet, but it's growing rapidly.
Now, you mentioned this in your marketing literature that you put out yourself. Talk to me about Amazon marketing. You consider this a separate entity, don't you? You consider this marketing, and then there's digital marketing, now there's Amazon marketing. Talk to me about the differences on that.
Well, Amazon is digital marketing, but really it's focused on selling your products online. So when people go to search for products these days, it used to be that everybody just went to Google first, right? You just typed in, I'm interested in something. But Amazon is quickly becoming a much larger shopping search engine than Google. So when people are searching to buy products, almost always they hit Amazon. And so it's a race between, am I going to go to Google first or Amazon first? And many are going to Amazon first. They're looking to see what other products are in the category that they're interested in. They're looking to see what the prices are. And advertising on Amazon, it used to be that you could participate in Amazon's marketplace and have a good life and sell lots of products, but now you have to advertise. It's like it's part and parcel of being on the platform. If you're not advertising, you're not gonna do well.
Okay, I'm going to stop there. And because I know that we're going to talk a little bit before we go with regard to new brands coming on to the Amazon platform. So let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll take the rest of us with that. Business at Citywatch, the program that takes you through the ins and outs of business. If you'd like to start a business of your own, let us know at 310-291-2790. Let's talk about new brands who want to advertise specifically on Amazon. What's your advice to them? What do you say to them when they talk to you and they say, I want to go here and I want to do this?
It's super important that if you're a brand these days and you're selling through different channels, and you either want to be on Amazon or you're already on Amazon, you need to protect your brand. First and foremost, it is still a bit of the Wild West out there. And if you're a brand and you think, hey, I don't want to sell on Amazon, I'm happy selling it through my other retail channels. The problem is if people know your product line and they like your brand, most likely you're on Amazon already because they're buying it from either retailers and reselling it online, or they're buying it from wholesalers, or they're finding it somewhere, and they're going to destroy your brand. They're going to create the content. They're going to tell your message, your story, and you need to get in front of that. So you need to say, my Amazon strategy is, I'm not sure yet, but I better put my products on Amazon, get this brand registry, which is a way of protecting your content and building your content, and selling it for the highest price that you want to sell it for. Call it your minimum advertised price or your list price, just to be there so you can try and protect and lock down your product content so others don't do it for you. Then you have to decide, do you want to sell to Amazon, or do you want to sell through a company like ours that buys and sells and markets it on Amazon for you? But you need to kind of come up with an Amazon strategy. It is $620 billion of merchandise that gets sold through Amazon each year. And if you're not on Amazon, if you're not participating on Amazon, you're missing a big part of the market. And if you think that you could go it alone, many can, but there are other brands that are going to show up there that are in your category that are going to start eating into your share. And they're going to start coming into your channels. So you got to be a bit defensive and at least be on Amazon. It's a kind of a defensive play, but an offensive play.
Okay. All right. Well, we managed to do this, and like with anything else, we've managed to run short on time. For those who would like to talk to you and bend your ear about doing their own advertising strategies, how would they get in touch with you?
Oh, that would be great. So you could come to Phelps United. It's PHELPS United.com, and you could just put in a contact form there and put it in, or you can come see me on LinkedIn and visit me anytime at Adam, A-D-A-M, Schaeffer, S-H-A-F-F-E-R. Please message me, and I'll get right back to you.
Sounds good. Well, again, Adam Schaeffer, and we thank you so much for being with us. And I wish we'd grabbed a couple of other things a little bit more, but that's the way time goes. I thank you so very much for being with us.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you letting me on the show today. I enjoyed it.
And for everybody else, remember, believe in yourself. If you don't, no one else will, and we will speak with you next time.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great one.
Thank you.